All right. For those of you that missed our episode last week, we didn't perform live. So, let's get somebody to do a recap for last week. And while you're doing that,
I nominate Rose.
you nominate Rose.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab my
Things
dogs.
actually happened to her.
Actually, you know what? How about you guys just bullshit for like 3 minutes while I get my dogs, because I want to hear it. Okay? Perfect. You guys can handle that. Just no talking about chapstick or whatever it is that Steve's not supposed to do.
Okay, so I have a question then. What are predictions?
Well, you guys know my conspiracy theories.
Look, he's the bad guy. Rose will be blue-balled for life.
Yes.
Everyone Rose has ever loved is crashing around her.
I wouldn't be too far from the truth, probably.
I mean, it's already been proven considering her brother.
Brother, yeah.
Well, that's one.
I mean, I don't know what it says for you guys.
Oh, we've been crashing and burning this whole time.
Isn't that what this campaign is about?
Oh, God.
That was a big
Don't
tip.
keep
Ew.
drinking it.
But I
Wait,
poured so much.
Oh my god.
Then pour it into the lemonade.
No, I don't want to ruin my lemonade.
What are the
Considering
plans
it
with...
was free.
Oh,
I'm hoping.
I did
There is-
realize I can tell you guys some things about my job.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, kids, I'm back. So.
Damn it!
Yes.
Perfect timing.
Wait. She's like,
Yes.
He's not back in 10 seconds. I'm going to talk about chapstick.
Actually,
Nope.
No, I was gonna talk about my cool job.
Oh, well, that's cool too. But we'll talk about that on your show. All right, guys, let's do what I want.
Nice.
Which is, just kidding. Rose, give us an intro for last week, please.
Alright. So, last week, we have officially started preparations for setting out for Sharn, especially on Rose's part, where she has kind of already taken off for Sharn with Felt on the train, the Orient Express. Things have happened on the train. There's been a little bit of conversation where Felt finally mentioned what exactly was sort of going on, in that part of the Cathalis mission, headed by the cousin whose name I cannot remember, Carlisle, thank you, ran into trouble. ran into trouble, and Lucky kind of got involved and was blamed for it, falsely, we hope. Trouble happened on the train, and I honestly do not remember what the others were doing the entire time, but I know that Rose and Kovanen did a few things while Lucian talked.
Zazie.
Here, let's. Wow, is my
Ozzy
voice
and
super
Kovanen,
loud
yeah.
right now? What the fuck?
Nope.
No?
No, that's
Better than it was last week.
That's what she said. So let's get somebody from from the other party to give us a little bit of a little recap on what you guys did.
Can I nominate Lucian so he doesn't have to keep drinking? the things
Damn
he
it!
said For a second. Other
Okay.
action I was gonna expect, but hey.
All right. So basically, we what happened? We met up, and went to the Chalice. No, they came to the Chalice Center. Lucian was already there. Lucian met with Rebecca de Kornberg, who pretty much volunteered herself to go on the mission, and Lucian just kind of was like, yeah, sure, why not? Lucian had been making final detailed checks on the airship, ensuring that each player character had their favorite things within their rooms. Either that or like necessity type stuff in the case of Zazie with like bandages and stuff. Um, and then the rest of the party came to the Chalice Center. They were brutally roasted because of their appearance by Lucian's like servant guy, and and Lucian pretty much told him that if he says anything about his friends ever again, that he would be on the streets and he would look like them or worse. He tried to defend himself, saying that that he would never ever look like that, but Lucian promised him that he would. Then the party went down to the marketplace, where Lucian met with the gunsmith again. Was told about the Night Drinker. Yeah, I was looking for it, fucker. Where he was where he was shown the Night Drinker. When he held it in his hand, it pricked him. And he was told that he had to attune to it. And was also told that in order to buy it, he had to pay 5,000 gold by the next day by 6 a.m. Afterwards, the party then went over to the taco truck. I can't remember what it's called now. But they went to the taco truck, and it was a giant pizza with pretty much a Crunchwrap Supreme in the middle. And and then the next pizza was going to be made. Yes, Taco Fusion. No, that's the old one. Anyway,
yeah, this was the triple-decker Taco Fusion.
That's not the name, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the party left because the cook started telling this really long story, and Lucian's burrito wasn't gonna be prepared for like another half hour. So everybody was like, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go over here now." And they left him there.
Hey, to
And
be completely fair, in our defense, you told Zazie and Kavanin to split the burrito because we had to get back to the Mons.
I
So
didn't
we
tell
left
you shit.
because you told us to.
You're right. I saved you. But either way, you listened, and and you guys never listened to Lucian, so that's weird. But so yeah, then what happened? Oh, then he mentioned like in his story that he went to Zendrick. Zendrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it,
Zendrick,
you should
yes.
know what it's called. Yes, Zendrick.
No, I'm actually looking at my backstory right now, so I had to actually look for it to make sure that it's Zendrick and not the other one.
Right, Zalargo.
Zalargo, yeah. So he mentioned that he went to Zendrick with a party. He like was a crazy explorer for a second, and then because of his excitement about how good his exploring was, he became a cook because he realized that was how he was gonna find his dream. And then man, and then yeah, I think that's actually where we ended.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
That's good enough. Some other stuff happened before then. Rebecca went to the Mons and basically tried to invite herself, and they're like, we don't know. It's good talk to, You had to go talk to Lucian, so then she went to talk to Lucian, and then all that other stuff happened. Okay, so we will open up in the wide world of Eberron, on the continent of Corvair.
Continent map. Whoa.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
It's so beautiful. Anyway, so you guys wake up the next morning. Lucian, did you make any special appointments or trips to the House de Kundarak holdings, or even, the guy's actual house, or, whatever it is that you would do to try to get this 5K, out of the bank in promissory notes? What's your
Yes.
plan here?
All right. Basically, I would go to the bank, and give them my father's account number, and explain to them that I am of House Cathalis. If you look right there, my name, Lucian, is on there as well.
We'll pick up there. So you've walked into the bank. It's dusk. They're about to close. There's like a guy mopping the floor out front. One of the tellers is hastily counting coins, and another one is organizing different banknotes into a stack. And you walk up to them, and she's listening to you, but you can tell she's a bit preoccupied.
Okay. Yes, my name is right there, Lucian Cathalis. And yes, I'd like to withdraw 5,000 gold.
She looks over at the teller next to her, who's a little bit older gentleman, older gnome. Can you take care of this, please? He looks up from the stack of notes he's counting, and he just nods at her. There's a moment of eye contact between the two of them, and then she walks off into the back with a couple of bags that appear to be locked up in some kind of way, and he walks up to the front counter. What can I help you with?
Yes, I I would like to make a withdrawal, please. From the Cathalis account, I would like 6,000 gold, please.
He takes the slip that has your number written on it that she had wrote it down on. He just looks at you and he nods. He goes into the back. Whew, sorry, I had to sneeze. Wow. All right. Good thing I muted that. Okay. Oh, my just freaking melted my face off. That thing. Okay. So he comes back out from the back, and he has a note in his hand. Not like one of the promissory notes, but like a message.
What is this?
He hands you the note, and it's it's not written in your father's hand, but it's a note from your father communicated to the bank, and it says that from this point on, all of any withdrawals from the holdings of House Cathalis, no matter who it is, it's not specifically for you, have to go through him first. So they would need to basically, you understand how this would work. They would need to send him a message via the Civis Center, which there fortunately is one in every single one of the House Kundarak banks. But, bank, oh, look at me, I'm stepping into an accent on purpose. Or not on purpose. Anyway, so he just kind of like shrugs. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
All right. All right. Has he? Do you know if the allowances have been put into my account yet?
Well, I can go check, but as far as I'm aware from the holdings that I've seen, you're on your father's account. You're one of the signed members on the account. So I don't know of one that's specifically for you. Is that wrong?
You're making this difficult, DM. It's called yes and. There was an account that was apparently opened for myself and my party a few like some time ago. So I wanted to ensure that the promised allowances were deposited into our account.
Let me.
To-
I'm sorry. I'm a bit new here, so I can go
yes, of
check
course.
with my manager, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Please do.
Do you have the account information?
Yes, of course.
So he takes the account information from you. He goes back and he talks to the woman who was at the counter a moment ago, and she's just kind of like gesturing. Her hands are moving quickly, and she's like, gesturing at his face, and then she points back into the vault room in the back, and he walks back there, and he's gone for a little while, and he comes back, and he's got his posture has changed a little bit. He seems kind of he's got kind of that like posture like a dog with his tail between his legs kind of thing going on. Shoulders are slumped, his head's down, he's not making eye contact with you. I'm sorry, sir, but it appears that your previous holdings were consumed.
Sir. What?
And he pulls out a ledger and it's got this like list of transaction reports. And it's like, it's got like Rose's shrine on there, which is like something that you had written a promissory note for that had been turned back in from a local vendor, and the bandages and all of the different things, and it's got like 100 gold left in it. I'm sorry, sir, but it appears your holdings are in a bit of a deficit for the number that you're trying to withdraw. Sorry.
I see. Lucian gets a flashback of a bardic play that he saw once called Dog Day Afternoon. And he starts kind of looking around. His hand brushes against Kyber's Bane. He kind of like snaps it back and like just kind of starts popping his knuckles and all right. I see. 100 gold left, huh? All right. Okay. I will go ahead and take my leave. I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
Sir, but like I said before, you can go to the Civis station right over there, and he points across the bank, and you can see that there's another kiosk with a gnome packing some things up, and there's the sending station is there. You could
All right. You know what? Yes,
follow him.
I know what you're going to. Yes, I know what you're going to say. I will attempt to consult with my father. I mean, how long until the bank closes? I don't want to keep you. I know I know it's late. You know, I know you have things to do, a family to get back to. So how long do I have?
He looks back at the lady that was there, and she's like, gives him like the like points at her watch and like does the wrap it up kind of, you know, spins her finger around in the circle.
All right. All right. Okay. I will attempt to make contact extremely quickly. I'm very sorry. But this is of great importance. I have a major purchase that I have to make before sunrise tomorrow. And unfortunately I will be leaving the city not long after. So
Well, if it's that important to you, we could take out a loan.
A loan, you say?
Yes, a loan.
What are your rates?
Well, it depends on how long will you need the money for.
Till tomorrow?
He looks back at the woman and then back at you. How about this? If you can go talk to, well, Master de Kundarak, the head of the bank. I can't remember his fucking first name right now for some reason.
Oh, we actually go way back. We are friends, of course. Well, acquaintances. I wouldn't say friends, but we are definitely acquaintances.
He looks back at the lady and then he walks around the counter, and then goes over and talks to the Civis guy for a couple of minutes.
I look over at the lady and take a sip of my flask. And I'm done. And I say, have you worked here long?
Yes, I've served you at the bank many times.
I mean, of course you have, but I'm just saying, you know, we've never really had a chance to communicate. You know, he's busy. He's the one that's taking care of me now. So, you know, I just figured. Have you worked here long? Like how long? Years, months, decades?
Several years. I'm the current branch manager.
Ah, yes, congratulations.
She gives you a narrowed eye look. Her face kind of scrunches up a little bit. Roll persuasion.
All right.
Or deception, unless you're just being, you know, just trying to charm her and lying and making shit up and don't really give a shit.
No, I'm just making casual conversation. 20. Dirty.
Oh,
the
dang.
dirtiest of 20.
So she shakes her head a little bit. She clearly was irritated and still kind of is, but she smiles a little bit.
Cool. I look over my shoulder, look at the guy.
So the guy walks back up to the counter and he's like, all right, I spoke with him. It's a bit of an unusual request, but considering the vast holdings of your father, I thought it would be a good opportunity to, you know, help out one of our patrons. And he looks back at the lady. Mm-hmm. And he seemed to be, well, like he knows you and you know him, and I was just curious if maybe next time you talk to him, you could, put in a good word for me.
Oh, of course, of course.
I've been working here for a very long time. A very long time. Yes, really.
Thought you said you were new.
Well, I'm just now starting at the counter. I used to do that. What that guy's doing, and he points at the guy mopping the floor.
Moving on up.
I
Started
guess.
from the bottom, now you're here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everyone has to start from somewhere, right? Okay, so, I mean, so what are we talking now? I mean, what can I get out of this transaction?
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, really?
Just return the money tomorrow, and there'll be no charge. Otherwise, there'll be a
Oh.
100% fee on the third day.
Oh, I see. All right. So here's the thing. I am leaving tomorrow. There is no possible way that I would be able to pay 5,000 gold.
Oh, well, you said you only need
To
one
you.
day.
No. What I meant was I need the money for tomorrow morning,
Right, but you need it for more than one day.
of course.
He
Well,
kind of
all
starts
right.
rubbing his forehead. Just a moment. He walks back over to the Civic Center. You see him talk to the guy on the station who's like packing his stuff up, and he's like they're like arguing, and he's like, you can see him doing like the please gesture with his hands, and the gnome is just like kind of like swats himself in the freaking forehead, and he's like whatever, waving his hands around, and he pulls back up the crystal and sets it on the top of the counter. He talks for a couple of minutes. You see him nodding his head, and he comes back.
I look back over at the manager while they're doing stuff. And this guy, right?
She just shakes her head. Like, then takes like a deep breath and breathes out. Like, so he comes back up to the front counter. He knuckles up to the counter. All right, so you have 5 days.
5 days. Okay. I don't exactly know how long I'll be. Would I be able to possibly go to another
Oh, so you're going-
branch?
What did you say you're going?
To Sean.
Oh, you had to think about that one, huh?
I had to remember what the map looked like.
Right. Yeah. So you go to Sean. Well, it should only. Well, there should only be. There should be a bank in almost every district, so it shouldn't be a problem.
All right. I mean, my only concern, of course, is whether or not I would be able to pay off the loan while in another district, of course,
Oh, no,
because
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Everything is all tied into our holdings in the Moreau holds.
Right. Because there's obviously some places where, you can only go to your home bank, of course,
Sure,
or-
no, it's no problem. It's no problem. 5 days, and otherwise it's 100% markup. But it's otherwise it's free of charge. $5,000.
Now,
Courtesy
that
of
would
me.
be
Courtesy of me, I helped.
yes, of course. Now that would be what we're talking 5,000 gold. That would be what 50,000, 500,000 on a markup.
Pardon me, sir. 100% of 5,000 is 5,000, so it would be 10,000 on return.
That's technically all right. Yes, of course. Yes, 10,000. All right. Cool. Yes, I will gladly take that 5,000 gold.
All right. Just make sure you pay it back, because until you pay it back, all of your other transactions for the holdings will be suspended permanently until
Yes, of course.
returned.
Of course. Now, I do have one last question. You see, I had used your facilities quite some time ago to store something very valuable, very some would even say dangerous, and it was lost by your bank. Now, my concern, of course, is now that I'm getting this loan, is it possible at all that that this would kind of possibly affect the outcome of this loan? Because I don't. I mean, I am a loyal customer. My father is, of course, a loyal customer. But there is a trust thing now. Like if trust was a circle,
His eyes are starting to glaze over.
your your bank is now outside of my trust circle. You understand?
Sir, I'm
So
giving you a loan of $5,000 for 100% for no charge. What? I'm helping.
no, of course you are. Of course you
So
are. And
why
I'm
am
not
I?
blaming you
Why am I not out of Why
necessarily.
are we out of your trust then? Shouldn't we be
Well,
in your
because
trust for giving you
well, like I said,
substantial loan
there was a very
for no charge?
important thing that I stored in your bank,
Mm.
and it was then stolen and lost,
Oh
possibly by.
yes. Uh, your father's gem. I remember, but that was recovered though, correct?
I haven't seen it.
Really? Hmm. Well, when you're next in town, I would suggest inquiring with Master Dukundarak, and then I'm sure he'll be able to help you with that. It's far above my pay grade. Anyway, as I said before, we're closing up the shop, so he
All right,
pulls
so then
out.
I will take my
Would you like
promissory
that
note
in
and.
a single promissory note worth $5,000, or several smaller promissory notes?
We'll just go with one promissory note. Keep things simple.
He pulls out a slip of paper that has like the crest and whatnot on it and fills it out, and then uses some like kind of arcane stamp and presses down on it and hands it to you.
Thank you very much, and
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate your help today. You have been quite pleasant, despite my accusations at the branch. But you yourself have been a very pleasant part of this transaction.
Thank you. But I have to go now.
All right. Well, have a good
Thank
night.
you. He reaches out to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
He nods and he walks back to the lady in the back, and she points at a couple of different things, and he picks them up and starts carrying them into the back room.
Okay. And I'll just give her like a kind wave and head out the door.
Yeah, she just kind of nods and rolls her eyes and like hits herself on the forehead, like as he's walking into the back and is no longer looking at her.
Me too, lady.
So, did anybody else have any other business they wanted to resolve before the next day?
I don't think so. Oh, the only thing I needed to do was for Voss to go home and make his way to Nuku Bonen's room and ask, and then demand, and then or just go get the glamour weave from the closet.
All right, so you get back to the house, you make your way through the house, and you go into Kovanen's room, and he's sitting in there. He's looking at some of the art supplies and the paints and things that are in there. Sitting at his desk, kind of looks a bit kind of bored looking. He's tapping the butt of one of the paintbrushes on the table, thinking about something. He's got one hand on the bottom of his chin, and he's staring off into the distance.
I'll give a jeez. Okay, give a polite light knock on the door. Come on in. Do you have a moment?
Yes, come in.
Hello. Getting settling in. I see.
Yes, I'm getting used to everything around here. It's a bit, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, yeah. Trust me, I get it. It's well, been a bit of a artist's block. Looking for some inspiration.
Ah, yes. I've just been sitting here thinking for a while and I couldn't come up with anything, so I started just staring at the wall, and now here I am, staring at the wall still. And then you walked in.
Well, why don't you paint the wall?
The entire wall with this tiny brush.
Just paint what you see.
That sounds like
Paint your point of view.
a horrible idea.
Sure. Hey, anyway, question. While we were sort of outfitting the place, there was an outfit of that magic glamour weave in the closet. Have you happened across that yet?
I don't believe so. You can take a look in there yourself if you want.
Yes. As
What's
a matter
mine
of fact,
is
I'm actually going
yours.
to need that for the trip we're about to go on.
Help yourself, of course. I don't care. Why would I care?
Alrighty. Why, indeed. Why ask why, right? I'll walk over to the closet and start flipping through until I flip through all the outfits that I recognize until I find the glamour weave.
Voss,
Right. So as I mentioned, we'll be gone for some number of days. The lady should be here very very soon.
Getting a
If
bit
she
worried I
hasn't
haven't met her yet.
made her way in. I'm sorry.
I just was saying I'm getting a bit worried I haven't met her yet, and well, I was pretty sure I should have met her by now, don't you think?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I would have expected to have arrived already. Like I said, she should be here very soon. She, as you are aware, is aware of your arrival, expected you. She invited you, after all. But the staff can take good care of the place. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, takes the hanger off with the glamour weave that he recognizes.
Well, be sure to check in occasionally and let me know how you're doing. I am going to be worrying about you, of course.
Well, I would worry about you, but I know you're in good hands here at the house. I know you have what it takes.
That's good to hear because I'm beginning to have my own doubts about it.
It's a lot to give me a lot to take in. I assume. But like I said, the staff knows their way around this place. You won't be alone. Some of the other students are going to be here. They can talk to them about the school. They can fill you in. They can tell you a bit about the day to day as you settle in.
Well, Voss, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you and all the things that you've done for me throughout, well, forever.
It's my pleasure. It really is. I mean, I'm
beginning to.
You're doing great. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It's weird. I feel like I'm having trouble remembering things a little bit more every day.
Maybe you get a good night's rest. Maybe
That's
it might just be adjusting to the sudden scenery change, the change of pace, and a lot to think about, a lot of unknowns.
Well, I'm going to go down and probably get a bite to eat from Miss Crow, and then I'll probably help myself to bed after that. So.
All right. Like I said, if find yourself not knowing what to paint, just paint what you see. At least practice perspective, if nothing else.
Interesting. That's sure. Thank you, Voss.
Walk over, put my hand down on his shoulder. Like I said, you're gonna do great. Don't worry about it too much. The lady knows how to help you through this house business. Just don't overthink it.
He looks back and forth around the room a little bit and looks up at you and stands up and like embraces you for a hug.
I'll return the hug. All right. Well, I'll attend to my evening's business and then head to bed as well. We'll be leaving rather early in the morning. Possibly I'll be out of the house before sunrise even.
Okay. Well, I'll I'll make sure I message you and talk to you soon.
I'll message the house periodically, letting you know everything's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go down now.
Take a step out of the room. Okay.
He walks with you to the outside of the room, and I'm gonna go get some food, and I'll see you in a little while. I'll talk to you in a little while, or whatever. You know, whatever it is, we talk or we don't talk, or whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
He just nods and then kind of makes his way downstairs.
I'll stand there, let him walk away. Turn around, open the room again. Open the door to the room again. Stand there for a minute. Huh. Shut the door. Make my way downstairs and over across the way to my room above the garage. Just start packing some stuff.
Son of a bitch! I haven't had Craig Bot on.
Oh my god.
It's all good.
Hey, at least we're live, so
Yeah,
it's
right.
been preserved somewhat.
Oh, I noticed that he didn't say that he was recording when he joined, but then I remember realizing that it wasn't him, it was Suncraft, but then I forgot that Craig didn't say that he was recording, which would have told me that Craig wasn't in here, but then I forgot.
Freaking Craig. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I need to get something to blow my nose. I have a cold right now. I think it's just a regular cold, but it's bad. I'm sneezing
no.
and all that wonderful mess. So
You're a big boy.
I'm a big boy. I'll be right back.
All right.
A little Kavanen. No shit. Can't even paint.
The question is now written down
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
and hanging on my computer.
Awesome.
Don't forget it.
I can't
Well-
forget it. I'm looking at it.
Now I can talk about work.
Sure.
Come on, Bo, come back.
Damn it!
Okay.
Ah,
Not again! Damn it!
I'm not really back. I haven't actually left yet.
Ew.
I was wondering about the timing. It was a little too
Oh my
perfect.
god. Oh, I was so excited to tell you guys.
yeah, now it's
Well,
going to be
fuck, just
recorded.
wait until after the thing.
You know what I just thought about though? Like why use Craig if you can just pull the audio from the YouTube video and post that to Spotify after, of course, editing, of course.
Because Craig actually records multiple tracks, one for each of us. So it's a little easier to adjust our levels and like if there's a snap or something that we need to remove.
I see, said the blind man.
And you can just take someone out of the session from there.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can edit out Mouse. That's
Yes,
great.
exactly.
That's great. I love that idea.
I thought you were gonna say me.
No.
Well, it's not always about you. Other people can be
Yeah.
annoying sometimes.
Yeah, but like I'm his main target for bullying. So
Not really.
And now it's gone to your head.
Not really.
I'm in this. Okay, I'll be quiet.
For once.
So y'all excited for spring? Is it spring where y'all are at yet?
It's already spring. It's
Never
been
seen
spring
it.
all winter.
I know.
I don't even think it snowed. I mean, upstate it snowed, but not
All right.
here.
Does
Let's keep
anyone
that.
else have anything they need to do before tomorrow?
I want to say something, but now we're recording and not just live.
Okay.
All right. So, we'll come back to you, Rose. Don't worry. Oh. Anyway. All right. So, God damn, being sick sucks, guys. Fuck.
Make yourself some tea when we go on break.
Tea. Whiskey. Anyway.
Tea and whiskey. It's called a hot
Kill
toddy.
them
Add
germs.
some lemon.
Mmm.
Kill them
Like,
germs, yo.
don't use wild turkey. Use a better whiskey.
Yes, please do not use wild turkey.
So,
Oh God.
all right, you guys all wake up the next morning. Lucian, you have an alarm going off, telling you to wake up. Like you have like a alarm spell that you set to go off at like 5 a.m. So you're up first.
Oh, that's funny. Imagine I would have actually had that spell. That'd be cool.
Everybody else is still asleep, and you make your way down to the bazaar. And yeah, you're just hanging out down at the bazaar, looking around for the guy. Give me a history roll.
History. Five.
Okay. So you're able to find the dude.
With a 5? All right.
The
Hell yeah.
taco guy.
Then I will trace my steps from the taco guy to the
Give me a survival roll then.
Damn it. I have a question, DM.
Sure. I have an answer.
Does this proc my advantage? 20.
Oh my god, shut
Dirty.
up.
The dirtiest of 20s.
Huh. Wow. Again. You're rolling shit or awesome?
Always. Always. Oh, who left?
Suncraft.
Oh.
Anyway,
Fuck
so you make your way back to the guy, and yeah, he's there.
All right. Hell yeah. You're not an easy man to find.
The same place I was at yesterday.
I got lost. I don't know what happened. I found the taco guy though twice. I found him yesterday, and then for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hungry or something. But I found him first, and then like it seems as though I just walked past you, and found him, and then found my way back. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway,
What you
Hello.
think? You're gonna buy this thing now, are you?
yes, that is the plan. Here you go. And I reach into my breast pocket, take out the promissory note, snap it twice, and then hand it to him.
His eyebrows go up. Like he's surprised. For sure. Well, I didn't think you were actually going to come through with it. I thought you were going to come out here trying to renegotiate with me or something.
Nope. You gave me a price. I worked my ass off to get it, and here you are.
Well then. Well, I think there's probably a couple of things you should know before
All right.
taking this thing. He pulls it out of the box. I'm sorry. He pulls the box out of his like he has like a large canvas sack that's full of different small boxes like that one, and he sets it on the table in front of him. He looks down at it and looks back up at you. So this gun wasn't exactly made for you. That's where the name comes from. It's made for someone has commissioned it and never came to get it. And
I
the
see.
recipient called himself Night Drinker, or maybe it was an organization, I don't know. But anyway, they gave me a couple of ingredients to use when I was forging the steel, and it's got some really strange properties. So
All right.
I don't really know what it does or how it works, but I know I made it perfect. And
As only a craftsman like you can.
I know some of the things that I used in it had some specific arcane implications, but I can't say I know exactly what they are. But I do know it's more than one time while I was carrying it, it bit me.
Uh-huh. Oh, like it did to me yesterday.
He nods his head. And it happened to me several times, but one thing I noticed is every time it did, it had another round in the chamber until it was completely full, and I've never put a bullet inside of it.
Awesome. So, cool. So, what do I do?
Well, as far as I can tell, it has to be attuned to. But I would say if you're going to attune to it, be careful. There's just a couple things about it that make me unsettled. Kind of looks off in a direction away from you, and then pushes the box towards you, not making eye contact.
He picks it up, the box, and shrugs. What's the worst that can happen? And walks away.
Okay. All right, now the totally awesome app, Soundcraft, won't work. So good, you know.
We can't win them all, unfortunately.
You know, I'm glad that that I tried this Soundcraft again. I just want everyone to know that they are so good, and there's just so many great things about why I don't use
I
it.
think you're gonna edit this out, right?
And so thanks, Songcraft, or whatever your name is. You guys are
Thanks for being awesome.
You guys are real great. Anyway, back to the show. So, Steve,
Yes.
Lucian makes his way back up to the room.
Yep.
What do you do?
Well, first, Lucian is going to look into the room where his beautiful wife and sleeping child are nestled safely in their bed or bassinet. Actually, she's probably awake right by now, brushing her hair. She's probably only on like 3. But he's gonna go into the like living room type area with the box and sit on the couch that I imagine is there, and like open the box, remove or just very gently move the velvet covering that's over it and place a hand on the barrel and close his eyes and attune.
Okay. So, as you begin attuning to this thing, you feel a strong sense of, you know what? Roll a willpower. God damn it, not willpower. Roll wisdom.
Roll a will save.
Not save.
Gotcha.
Just roll raw wisdom for me.
Gotcha.
You know what? Roll insight.
6.
Okay. Do you have nothing in insight?
You said insight?
You said raw wisdom.
Yeah, you rolled.
Yeah, I changed my mind though. I said roll insight. What's your
Well,
what's
you
your
said it
insight
after I
modifier?
clicked.
That's fine.
4.
4. Okay. So you have a 10. You get kind of a bad feeling about doing this. And as you're looking at the gun, you kind of feel like you can hear it thinking. Almost like whispering in your head. But you don't know what it's saying.
Okay. Lucian has another flashback to another bardic play that he saw called Forrest Gump, where he says, "I am not a smart man," and
What?
and continues to attune.
Okay. So as soon as you feel the attunement happen, you watch the gun. The silver inlays on the black steel barrel begin to have like this shimmer of red that passes over them, and it turns into this like crimson cloud of glowing smoke and just poofs away.
I have to show Kovan this.
But when this happens, you feel this part of your mind that that almost like you can tell that the gun is there.
All right. So like, okay. So the gun bolter you said has disappeared into a cloud of crimson smoke. You said, right?
Yes. But not really like smoke, more like glowing mist.
Cool. So Lucian holds out his hand, looking at his palm, and thinks of it.
Okay.
Like, essentially summoning it.
Okay. You see the outline of the gun begin to appear in this undulating, glowing red mist, and it forms in the palm of your hand.
By the gods. That is really cool. I have to show Kervon this. This is awesome. And then I like imagine it away again.
All right. And it goes back away and kind of reabsorbs into your body.
Oh. I will tuck the velvet back into the box and keep the box because it's a really nice box.
Okay. You keep the box.
Hmm. The end.
Yep. Rose.
Yes.
All right. Another day has gone by. Let's see here real quick. I need to check the distance again.
You are really scratchy. Is that my end or y'all?
No, that's everybody. We heard that.
Okay.
How about right now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was stepping back from the mic a little bit. Let's see. So, here we go. 1500, 15 hours. Yeah, by the end of the second day, you're there. So the next
Was
morning,
there... Okay.
yeah, some weird, creepy stuff was happening the day before, but turned out to be nothing. Just something weird about the Eldridge Groves.
Yeah. Was there further opportunity for Rose to ask Felt about exactly what happened to the expedition? She kind of does want the details, but if he doesn't give them to her, she's not going to necessarily stress
during
about
that
it
conversation,
for the moment.
he went through a couple of different documents that he had, and he kind of looked at them and talked to you about it briefly, but then decided that he needed to do a little bit more research on everything.
Okay.
And he wanted to talk to Lucky a little bit and get the rest of the information of how everything went down before, and you guys, when you all meet up, can all talk about it, and he will then basically disclose what he's been researching about what Lucian's cousin had been up to before he passed.
Yeah.
So, you pull up to the gates of Sharn on Tavik's Landing at the House Orion station. It's massive. You pull into the main entrance. There's this giant unicorn head that is emblazoned on a placard at the top. You go inside, and there are multiple different railways. I don't know why they call them rails, because it's actually these weird little pyramids that are made of Silver's dragon shards that make up
Probably
these railways.
just a holdover from them being called rails back when they weren't.
You mean like from a different plane of existence?
Before I'm assuming that they had regular trains before they
They did
invented
not.
lightning.
There were no trains before lightning rails. Although, who knows? I like to believe...
I'm going to choose not to believe that.
In fact, the non-lightning rail trains are now beginning to exist, and they're based off of lightning rail design. But I like to believe that somewhere along the way, somebody from a different dimension came here and gave them the idea, and they adapted it.
Named it after a railgun?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
probably what
railgun.
happened.
Oh man, this is the super advanced bolter. That's why they named it that, because it goes so fast. So, you pull into the station. There are people everywhere, getting on the different ramps. It's like, what the hell's the station in New York City called? I can't even think what it's called right now.
Grand Central?
Grand
Grand
Central.
Central.
Why the fuck is this not coming to me? I'm going to blame it on being sick. Thanks, guys. All right. Grand Central Station. There are multiple platforms and levels and different segways for the trains to go into, with different tracks that meet up and go out in multiple different directions. People of every color, race, kin, ilk, heading in all different directions. It's loud. It smells like hot dogs and dog shit.
Oh, that's a pleasant experience. Was it Kanath must have come through recently. Is it KNF that's the makers?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
they don't make hot
Way
dogs
too
and
many of
dog
them.
shit, but they make everything else.
Or no, who are the micro handling guys? That's not KNF. That's
Vidalis.
Hasodalis. Hasodalis must have had a train come through.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, we're here. I think it's a bit of a walk. He walks you over to a like a kiosk that has a map. So, and I'm actually gonna look up the Shard map right now. He's reading some things. He points to part of the map, and it's the most eastern part of the plateau that you're on. It kind of wraps all the way around the outside, and he's like, "Okay, this looks like where the comes in. We're in a terminus right now, terminus station. Let's see. Now, where did we say that was?
In character
Okay,
or out of character?
he's still talking. Yeah, it looks like we need to go to. You know, honestly, I don't know where it is. It's in one of these districts.
Jealous of Tom.
And then back to the party. You're welcome.
Amazing.
And here we are with the party of 2. Oh, no, it's not a party. It's a party of 6. We're bringing along 7. It's us 2 and our 4
Oh.
loser friends, and then also Rebecca.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the carriage for this one. We aren't fitting that many people on a magicycle.
Well, anywho, Monin wakes up, gathers his stuff, which is really just he puts the glamour weave on, or shift weave, whichever one it is, and just a few normal adventuring supplies, just so we can. Doesn't even need a wardrobe. Yeah, packs light. Of course, adopts the form of Voss before making his way into the manse, where hopefully he sees other people being ready to leave soon.
Yeah, Zazie is like she's sitting like on her suitcase out what's the word? Foyer?
The grand
Oh, yeah,
vestibule.
Yeah, sure, that. Like she's sitting out on her suitcase in the grand vestibule, like sipping some coffee. And she notices him, yeah, friendly little wave, but she's not gonna like get up and she's
Please
just
don't
enjoying
get
her
up.
coffee.
Well, you look ready. That's good. I'm ready. Is anyone else ready? Looks around.
I suppose I am. Not happy about it, but Yulia's just sitting in a corner looking sad.
Okay, there's one. I'll probably have to go. I haven't told anyone else. I haven't spoken to anyone.
I've told everyone, they all know.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Marin's already out by the carriage. She
Mary.
was real
right.
excited. The small one with the purple hair, really excitable, really loud.
Yeah, I remember. I'll probably have to go wake Eli if I had to guess. And then and then Voss like holds his hand out to about thigh height. Is
Rocket?
Yes, it's Rocket. Is he coming along too?
I'm not sure. I don't quite remember what he told me. But if he is, he's probably out in the garage. And if
Right,
he
I didn't
isn't, he's
actually think to
probably
look in
out
there
in
before
the
I-
garage.
I didn't actually think to look as I made my way down. I'll go talk to Sprocket.
I can go get Eli then.
Okay. Kavon and Voss will make their way back to the garage and see if Sprocket's in there. And if he's so knock on the door to the garage, he'll just walk in. He just lives here too. He'll just open the door to the garage. Is anyone in the garage?
No one's in the garage.
I was muted, sorry. Sprocket is standing there, trying to convince R4 that he has to stay. And but that he can help him with his trunk to bring it to the to the carriage.
Hey, Sprocket, you see you've been packing, so I'll assume you are in fact coming along.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I thought not. I thought not. Well, carriage is ready for your things. Gonna go ahead and get packed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the big guy to help me to carry my trunk over there, 'cause I'm really small and he's really big and really strong.
Will the big guy our
4.
four is R4? Are you coming? Is he coming?
No, the plan was not for me to join the party. I was told several times that I cannot join in the fun.
Well, it remains to be seen whether or not it will be fun. But I think it probably is for the best if a few people stay here at the manse to watch over things, just in case. They never know what's going to pop up in Fairhaven.
Yes, of course. I would be delighted to stay and help around here.
Great. How big is Sprocket's trunk that he's trying to bring?
So if Sprocket were to lay down, it is definitely a head bigger than him.
I will assume it has plenty of tools and heavy metal things inside.
Yes.
Hence the size. Okay, well, R4, you grab that side, and I'll grab this one.
Are you sure you can handle the weight?
I'm going to assume that I probably can't because you were so kind to ask.
He lifts it up, and just with one hand and just puts it on his shoulder and walks it out.
It's actually probably for the best. I actually don't gain any muscle like this. Well, come on. Others are waiting.
Meanwhile, in the mods, Zazie, she makes her way. She knows where all the students are sleeping by now. She makes her way to Eli's room. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Waits a little bit. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, okay. Door flies open. He's wearing a really wrinkly red button-up shirt. It's totally not tucked in. He's you can see the belt is still mostly unbuckled. It's just sort of like hanging out underneath the shirt. Like kind of pulling his pants up just a little bit. I was just about to. Okay, I was just like walking out the door when.
She just raises an eyebrow.
All right, let's go. He turns around to finish stuffing his suitcase full and like pressing it down with one arm to zip the zipper. Waits a moment to see if the zipper pops off. Okay. good
Okay.
to go.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, thanks. Be down in a second. Turns around and like finishes buckling his pants up. And
Yeah. See you in a minute. And awkwardly trots back downstairs.
Finish fixing his hair really quick. Make sure his sunglasses are clean. Put those on. And follow just a few moments after. Got his suitcase stuffed full of various outfits, adventuring gear. Good to go. And a few of his alchemy supplies.
Once Eli is collected, she would start moving suitcases to the carriage. Just to get everybody on the way.
So DM, our carriage.
Yeah.
How big is a carriage? How big is our carriage? How big is the luggage department?
It's big
The
enough.
trunk?
It might take a couple of
The
trips.
boot?
But over the time of next couple of hours, the between the help from your trusty Warforged friend, and just you guys working hard, are able to get everything loaded onto the airship.
Awesome.
So we're now all on the airship, ready to take off.
Yep. But there's more.
There's always
Oh,
more.
really?
Yeah.
What is there?
So, as you guys are packing your things onto the airship, you notice that there are a couple of different people working on the ship. There are a few dwarves and humans and whatnot working on the deck, getting the masts ready. As you are getting on the ship, though, you see off the side there's this interesting looking man. He's got a bald head. He's got almost like goblinoid features, with a almost khaki green colored skin. He's wearing brown coveralls and leather gloves, and he's doing some adjustments with some tools on the crystals that are at the base of the ship.
Well, I guess as Lucian and probably Zamra are milling about Voskovan, and we'll pull one of them aside and point the guy out. Yeah, he'll pick Lucian. Well, good morning. This is everyone. We all made it in finally. Sprocket's on board around here somewhere. I'm sure he's looking forward to traveling with you. Anyway, I guess that guy is one of the crew that we should be meeting here soon, right?
Lucian?
You did again. Is he? I mean, you just said milling about, but
No, he's not milling about. The crew is milling about. He is working on the essentially the Kyber drive of the ship. There's like a large Kyber crystal that is attached to the side of the ship. You would recognize it being a Kyber crystal.
okay.
It has some sort of entity inside of it that gives the ship its ability to float. So as it was described to you, Lucian, the ship has some sort of Kyber drive that allows it to change its elevation, and it uses a combination of a mechanical propulsion system and traditional sails to propel itself.
Of course.
So there's like a levitation drive that the crystals are, operating, and he is working on the crystals right now. Lucian, roll an easy perception for me.
All right. Perception. Normal. 11.
So you recognize that this man seems to be a Githian, the race of the humanoid extra-dimensional creatures that you've met on multiple occasions with the Huntress, and she is one of them as well. His features are a little bit different. He looks more human than the ones that you've met in the past. His nose is much larger and more pronounced than a normal Githian. And his skin tone is more solid. He doesn't have like the spots. And the marks around his eyes are not nearly as dark, but he still shares a lot of similar features. Or maybe not human, but more Eberonian. Maybe more goblinoid or orcish or possibly human or maybe even elf.
All right. Yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool.
Okay, he's cool.
Yes.
Looks,
Speaking of cool, do you want to see something really awesome?
Go on and looks left, looks right. Yes.
All right. All right. Watch this. And I hold out my hand and will the gun into my hand.
Gibran blinks a few times, kind of pulls his face back a little bit from the sudden buddy mist summon. Well, that was pretty cool. Gotta admit, you can get. This is terrible. My first thought is you can just go anywhere you want and be unarmed. That looks like the one from the next to the taco guy.
Yes, it is. Wait, it gets better. And then I will it away.
Just like that, huh?
Lucien has this really big, dumb grin on his face.
Lucien, roll your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, shit. Okay. So just straight wisdom?
Sure.
Cool. 11.
You hear like a and that's it.
Lucien looks around. Huh. You didn't say anything, did you? Just now?
No, but I have to admit that you looked like you heard something.
Yeah, I heard like whispering or something. I don't know. It was weird.
All right. Well, if you hear it again, let me know. I'll try to keep an ear out.
Definitely will.
Okay. Well, let's get settled in.
All right.
All right, and on that note, we're gonna take our bio break.
Hell yeah.
Yay, bio break!
Ghost guns,
Yay.
blood gun, spooky magic. I had an exhaustion level for some reason. What, everyone just left without saying anything? Crazy.
Hello.
Hi.
Did you make yourself some tea?
No.
Did you make yourself at least something to help with the cold?
Yep, whiskey.
You're supposed to make yourself a hot toddy when you have a cold.
I don't have time to
It's hot
freaking
tea.
boil water.
You-
Everybody's like, bro,
this
just
is
use the
going to be
microwave.
blasphemous.
I don't use microwaves, you know? Brimley, come back in here. Brimley. Brimley.
Oh,
Brimley.
your drum.
Hey.
Mute!
You little
What the
fucker.
dog doing?
I just gotta make sure what he had in his mouth. I'll be right back.
Bo actually knows what a mute button is.
He doesn't.
But that is actually kind of adorable.
Oh shit. I didn't mute
Did you
it.
have fun there, bud?
I can hear Rose laughing. I don't have my microphone on yet. I don't have my headphones on. Hello.
Did you have fun
Hello.
there, bud?
Yeah.
I see you found your lifesavers.
Fuckers. We need to edit that out. All right, who's back? Who's not back? Man, maybe this is
Resounding
allergies.
silence.
Ah, man. All right, I'll be back.
Are you actually
He's
gonna mute
back,
this time?
he says. And then proceeds to fucking leave.
Unmuted. Again.
Ugh,
Why do we put up with this?
I don't know.
We're addicted to the drama, that's why.
One of these days we're gonna have to like break into his house and show him where the mute button is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure his setup there are multiple mute buttons that he could press.
Yeah.
You know, the grape lifesavers are
What?
actually not that bad.
No, they're not.
I hate grape.
Well, then more for me. If I were to steal from DM.
From us, yeah.
buddy.
You know, for when we all, like, go to Gen Con or whatever.
When we raid your house, or when we raid your house to show you where the mute button is.
Yeah.
Also, where the allergy meds are, apparently.
What, the mute button is with the allergy meds? Yeah. I wish, because here's the mute button.
Now he knows where it is.
That's one less house to break into.
I think Waffle and Steve know where their mute buttons are.
Oh, I wasn't planning on breaking into anyone's house, else's houses to teach them where the mute button is. I had other plans.
Trying to teach Bo how to mute before he gulps.
See, someone gets
Have you
it.
been hearing?
Someone
Have you been
gets
hearing
it.
me mute gulp tonight?
I've heard
No.
a gulp.
Damn it!
You're sick. Maybe your throat is louder. Who knows? It was much better today than it was previously.
All right, let me try
I guess
something
I
real quick.
just don't notice it.
Tell me if you can hear me gulp.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
my god.
Okay. All right, how about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, how about now?
Are you gonna keep trying until we say no?
Could
He's
you
not
hear it
actually
that
doing
time?
anything different. He just wants to make us listen to the gulp.
Could you hear it that time?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I was talking. Gulp again.
No, please don't. Do that after the session once I've left.
Could you hear it that time?
No.
All right, so that's what I do. It's just like when you're singing and you like turn your head away from the mic so they can't when they hear you like, you know.
Move away from the mic to breathe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just have to move away from the mic to swallow. Which is
You guys
definitely
like
hard when
portobello
I'm sick.
mushrooms? You guys like portobello mushrooms?
I
course.
hate mushrooms.
I've recently
I
fallen in
love
love
mushrooms.
with raw portobello mushroom.
Interesting.
It's not bad. Are you marinating them or just raw mushrooms to
I
snack
said
on?
raw mushrooms. I take it out of the thing, I slice it, I eat it.
Good. It's
What
tasty.
the hell?
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Okay.
Steve. Who do do do
Okay.
Don't your
Thanks.
food cooked.
Waffle, have you heard of mushroom chips?
I can say yes now.
All right, and
They're
now we're
really
back.
Freaking delicious. They're made by Rhythm, and they're crispy and they're tasty.
You know what else is crispy tasty?
Actual potato chips.
Pringles.
D&D.
I'm not sure if I'd call it crispy.
Dehydrated
Crunchy a
apple
little bit,
slices.
maybe. Those are good.
Overcooked. Most things, actually.
Crispy critter.
My fucking brain right now. Okay.
Okay, your brain is always a crispy critter. to
No,
be fair.
normally it's jelly. Right now it's crispy.
That sounds gross.
How long has it been since we had combat?
God, so long.
While.
The boss fight? I think
It's been. This will be the 6th session.
it's been.
Solid.
That was that was good.
Somebody.
Oh no, no! That nearly blew
Yeah,
out my
totally.
eardrum.
No, I get it. Fairhaven isn't like a random encounter while traveling kind of place.
I basically look.
In
I already
fact,
told you guys
at a
you're
level
not
9
gonna
party
fight
could-
again until you're in Charn. Are you guys? I told you that. I was fucking with Rose last session. You know, she's there, so she is possibly gonna get in a fight tonight. So we'll see.
Maybe I can change that.
How?
You'll see, you'll see, you'll see.
Oh,
Are you gonna challenge Julia or something?
You guys will see.
okay.
Oh,
All
no.
right.
I have
So.
plans.
You guys have all started boarding the ship. All of your junk is on the ship. As you walk up on the deck, Zamra crosses the deck and walks past a couple of the people working, rigging the lines, and walks up to a man, a gentleman maybe, fairly dark-skinned, like a very dark tan color. He has piercing blue eyes. His hair is like a lighter brown color. He has kind of like a hipster goatee going on, and slightly pointed ears, but almost not. But yeah, he's wearing a like a long naval coat that is it's like this bright silky red with silver. What is it? Brocade around the shoulders and wrists, and then underneath he has like a blue naval officer's jacket, and like a bandolier.
How big is his like tricorn captain's hat that he's wearing right now for sure?
He doesn't have a captain's hat on at all. His
Oh my
hair
God.
is just blowing in the wind a little bit.
I can't accept him as captain then.
Yeah, he's probably like an 8.5 or a 9 on the 10 scale for his looks.
Oh, but. Hmm.
Traditional, you know. It's noteworthy for sure.
Okay. Okay. Noted. Noted.
Okay, sure.
So he's talking to Zamra. Zamra gestures for you guys to come up. I'm gonna butcher his voice today. I can't even go as deep as I would like to try to, but anyway, we'll just go with it. I'll do better tomorrow. Or next week, I mean.
See that you do.
I will. I will see.
Well, good. Well,
Guys, come up here.
His
I want to
armor's
introduce you to Captain
beckoning.
Orion.
Yes, as armor's beckoning, Kawan and Voss will go there.
Yeah, Zazi's following. So, what's this all about?
Well, I assume she's introducing us to, and I gesture at the guy.
Yeah, he's tall. He's maybe like 6'2", 6'3", broad-shouldered, well muscled, but not overly so. And he exudes this sense of like confidence and authority. His face is a little bit weathered, and he has some visible scars. Like it's like a small scar across the bridge of his nose, and he reaches out to shake your hand, Kovanen. You can see that along his like across his palm and on his forearms, he has a couple of other scars, silvered from years of wear and healing. Pleasure
Hello,
to meet you, Kovanen.
I look at
Sorry,
Zalra.
pleasure to meet you, boss.
There we go. Pleasure is all mine. Please, if at any point in the journey, however short I think it might be, you need some help, just let me know. Let me know how I can be of service.
And you must be Zazie.
Yeah,
He gives you a slight bow and then reaches out to shake your hand.
she'll shake his hand.
Pleasure to meet you. And as
and
Lucian's
meet you
walking
too.
up, he kind of takes a step back a little bit to look up at Lucian. Are you still like looking at the Gith, or are you just kind of hanging out? What are you doing?
Just kind of hanging out.
He actually steps across the deck to make his way to be in front of you. Master Lucian, pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Reaches out. He gives you the wrist clasp.
Ah, yes, the warrior's handshake.
Your wife has told me a lot about you. It's a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Good things, I hope. And as I said before, the pleasure is all mine.
Well, please make it yourself at home. It is your ship after all. He looks around. Matter of fact, he claps his hands. The guys on the deck running all around kind of look at him. He points at one guy and he's like, "Come here." The guy runs up and he speaks quietly in the guy's ear. You can hear him like, "Hey, go downstairs and grab the rest of the crew, bring them all up here, at least the officers, so that they can introduce themselves. Thank you." The guy runs off. What do you guys do on the deck while the captain seems to be kind of like staring off into the distance for the moment?
I'll walk back over to Zalra and sort of lean over and what's his name? What is the captain's name?
Oh, Orion. It's his
Zalra,
first
your
name,
voice
not
is
his
so,
last name.
so deep all of a sudden. Oh,
I mean, his name is Captain Orion. Sorry.
Like the house?
Darling, is there something wrong with your voice? Are you coming down with a cold?
I'm just getting the worst cold right now, dear. It's so bad. I can't even listen. It makes me sound like got a cat in my throat. Anyway,
well, Lucian, don't ask her to speak so much. She's clearly struggling with the throat thing. Okay.
Of course.
so like I said, Zazie, not like it's not Orion, it's Orion. So,
Like the star.
what star?
Lucian jumps, not realizing that Yuli was there.
I'll try to stay out of the way, mostly.
Oh, Yulia, I'm glad you're here. Curious, who ended up staying at the manse and who came? She's looking around.
Let's see. Vera, Virtue, Valish, and R4 all stayed at the Mons. All the other students came.
Oh,
It's
interesting. I did not see Hedda come on board, but in fact, I can't remember the last time I've seen her.
I mean, she
I
hasn't
definitely
really
don't
been at the
remember.
Mons.
Wow, I really feel pretty terrible. Hopefully, she didn't join one of the other houses.
That airship probably sailed a long time ago, Summer.
Wait,
it's also
has anyone seen? Does anybody know what I'm gonna say?
Oh my god, don't say it.
Has anyone seen Rad? Since
No,
the
and I'm
incident?
glad.
What incident?
What year?
No, I was just gonna say, let's call an owlbear an owlbear and say, not for nothing, but there really are no other houses to join at the school as of right now.
Well, I mean, anyone that was in Militarium, probably. She looks around and kind of like rubs her hand across her forehead. But the Arcanum and all of the other students that aren't part of the Militarium are fine, so. And I mean, it does make me feel a bit bad for our competitors in the competitions from last year, but I mean, really, most of them were assholes anyway.
You know what? Speaking of the competitions, I have to say, it is going to be a breath of fresh air to not have to compete this year.
It's
Oh
funny
my
that you
God,
say
you're telling
that.
me.
Because when we get to Sean this year, we will be on, well, a bit of a field trip. But we'll have the opportunity to compete there this year, representing our school, since we were the winners last year, so.
Okay, well, Zamra, you see, she starts to look at a pretend watch. On that day, I am unfortunately, all booked up. I will not be able to make that. I have too many things to do. I will not be
Yeah.
present for that. I am very sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm coming down with a cold myself.
Fine, we don't have to do it this year, it's fine. I was just saying, it would be something cool to do while we're there, it'd be fun. But if not, I don't care. Anyway, here they come. So the captain starts walking on the deck, and behind him is a dwarf that is wearing the same like color nautical blues that the captain is wearing, except for he has like a small pennant-shaped breastplate, like large pauldrons that are strapped on across his chest. Some bracers and greaves, like leather bracers and greaves that are reinforced with what looks like maybe brass or like brass coated steel or something along those lines. He has a small like deck hook, and he's got a very like Ron Swanson look on his face. Followed behind him is a tall, lean human wearing a pair of bifocals. He has almost like a lab coat on underneath of a like strapped lab coat vest that is strapped across his chest. He's wearing a loosely fitted tie. His hair's kind of messy. He's got a bit of a, he looks attractive, but a bit gangly in his like tall, lanky leanness. A halfling with large, round, dark brown eyes, curly, light brown hair, almost like almost chestnut, but not really, with the absence of any real red. She has a small tie and tie buckle. She has a lab coat on as well. It seems to be more of like a highly starched canvas lab coat, pulled tight around her waist with a like multiple like multi-belted belt, if that makes sense. Multi-buckled belt that kind of goes around her waist. She's carrying a couple of things with her as well. And then the Gith, who you guys don't know is a Gith, or maybe not is a Gith, I don't know, is climbing back up over the other side of the deck, and he hops on and starts walking towards you guys. So the captain gestures over to Keth. Yes, this is Keth. He is chief engineer. So Keth is wiping off his hands. He has some sort of dark green colored viscous liquid that he's wiping off onto a towel that he then puts to his waist. And he pulls each of his reinforced leather gloves off and gives you a wave. Hello, I am Keth. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, they call me Voss. Nice to meet you.
Voss, pleasure.
Hello. As I make my way down the line of the new arrivals.
Yeah, so he then introduces the next guy. He's like, this is our communication officer, Ral. You see a small gnomish man who has a bundle of like notebooks, and he's got like a pen behind his ear. He's kind of like a small, pudgy man with a bald head and a long, bushy beard, and he wears a pair of round spectacles that are perched on his nose. He says hello as well and kind of makes his way around, shaking everyone's hand. Seems kind of a little bit more confident than you would expect out of somebody with his look. This is the security officer, Garrick. So Garrick is the stout, muscular dwarf that we were just talking about. He's got a massive, bushy brown beard and bushy brown eyebrows. He has these like piercing brown eyes as he walks down the line, shaking each of your hands. He has an assortment of weapons kind of strapped about himself. This is our chief medical officer, Naya. That's the small halfling woman. She's very small, maybe like 3 feet tall. She has a bit of like a plumpness to her, like a thickness, for her small size.
She thick with 2 C's.
She's thick with 2 C's. She has a medical bag under her arm. You can see the necks of a couple of potions poking out. As she shakes everyone's hands, you can kind of see a little bit of like rosiness appear in her cheeks, as though she might be embarrassed or just a bit shy. Then he points to the taller, lanky, pale-skinned guy with a mop of unruly black hair. He's like, this is the science officer, Terran. He kind of walks between each person, shaking your hands silently and not really exchanging any pleasantries. Just maintains this blank, contemplative look the entire time.
Well, nice to meet you all. I know a couple of our passengers will want to meet a couple of you, and probably be on your heels all the time if I had to be honest. You specifically, Rao and Keth. I'm sure you'll meet your new companions here pretty soon.
Sure. Well, it was a pleasure meeting all of you. He points to some of the sailors that were just talking and pointing to one and to another, and there's a couple of other sailors that have larger, they're like wearing smocks and coveralls, and they have wrenches, and you see them kind of trot up to Keth and they're talking to him as he starts working his way down below the deck. The rest of the officers follow him down, while you see the riggers beginning to begin tying off lines and moving around sails and whatnot as you guys prepare to go underway. Well,
Hey, so this is really happening.
yes. Zamra, would you like to take the helm? Sure. I just have a couple things to do. If you guys could just pause for a moment, I'll be meeting you on the helm. Just a moment. I, of course, can pilot for you if you're busy. No, that won't be necessary. Just, please, just give me a couple of moments. Thank you. He nods his head and gives the rest of you guys a very flat look. Looks at her and nods, and then kind of tightens up and walks back to the helm. So on the other end of the deck, you see a staircase going up, and he opens the door and then goes inside of a room stationed at the stern of the ship.
Is that the
So,
front or the back?
It's the back.
Sorry.
what do you think?
Okay, well then,
Is everyone ready?
I guess we just get comfortable and wait, huh?
Lucian, and she's holding Erithul. She's wearing like this massive Talenta style wrap that is kind of like wrapped around her entire body and has the baby sitting inside of it, and it's all kind of tied off in this weird way that Lucian
Baby Bjorn.
can just never figure out how to tie it right. But she's a sailor, so
Yeah,
she knows
pretty
how
much.
to do knots, so she unwraps it all with one hand and then walks up to Lucian and puts it over his shoulder and then hands him the baby and then swaddles the baby and ties it all off, so the baby's just like sitting in front of Lucian all tied off on his body in this like massive, beautifully like woven, colorful baby holding thing.
Baby holding thing.
I look at my own little egg backpack. It is so small compared to the big thing.
You noticed that the egg was a little bit smaller than the baby too.
Yeah, but that thing's like big and gaudy. And, like,
Oh,
it's a
also
whole
roll
thing.
a D100.
71. The egg starts coughing.
Just wait until it starts gulping.
All right, just wait until.
Don't
Fuck
die.
you. When it gulps, it automatically poops it out the other side at the same time, just to maintain this same, cabin pressure. All right. So the egg begins to. You hear like this.
Damn it. You little shit. Decide whether to hatch or not.
And then it stops.
Why don't we
swear.
just crack it open?
I don't think that's a good idea. Remember the last time we decided to do something without knowing what exactly it did?
How could I forget? I became a bird.
Yes.
Oh,
Exactly. Let's not crack it open.
that reminds me. I'm going to head down to my bunk, my room, whatever there was they prepared for us. I'll be around a little bit later, but I think I have some business to do probably.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
And,
room.
I will. I will. Thank you very much for outfitting it.
Oh,
so-
of course.
It looks wonderful. I didn't actually have any art supplies yet, so so that's good. Thank you. And Kavan and Voss will go down to his room. We may or may not. You don't have to do it right now. Now you can keep the scene moving, but he does plan to go into the ring, the key. Excuse me, into the key to search for the lady.
Okay. And back to Rose.
Of course.
All right. So,
I'm assuming they're still at the map. We're doing a little rewind.
so you guys have you guys got on a like a land coach and begun making your way around the city, trying to find. Let me see here real quick. I posted it in the Sharn channel, and I know you're posting a map too that I'm also looking at the moment. The super cool Sharn map. Okay, so it is situated on the Memphis Plateau in the middle tier of the city. So that'll be the middle. Okay, so Terminus is on. I think Terminus is on the middle level as well. Upper cogs, lower cogs, middle. So you guys come in at Terminus. There's Tavix Marketplace. Terminus isn't on the top level, is it? No. For some reason, this
I
one's.
think Terminus is actually out of character here, for the record. Terminus is actually kind of to the side from what it sounded like when I was.
It is in
looking up
Lower Wards.
Rose's.
It is in Lower Wards. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
furthest east part. It's in Tavix Landing. So Terminus, it's in the Caravan District. So you take a caravan from Terminus. So it's situated on the Memphis Plateau, near the outer walls in one of the middle tiers of the city. The district is primarily residential, so we're not going to get into all that right now. But you're going to be somewhere around, let's see. This is the lower level. You guys end up having to take a lift up to the next level, and let's see. So yeah, you guys are going to be in the Ambassador Tower. Is where it's going to be. There's going to be a small neighborhood in the Embassy District for around M2, on the middle layer of. Is that even the Memphis Plateau? Where's the Memphis Plateau?
M39 and M32.
Okay, so we'll say M39, M32. What about 20 and 23 and all that?
That is part of the outer plateau, which I don't know the name of.
It's so weird because it says the outer plateau and then it also says the Memphis plateau. Anyway,
Sharn is weird.
so we're gonna say it's somewhere around M23 in the Bazaar District, okay? Which will be right
That
across from where the Embassy District is. So might just have to do a little reimagining. Middle Dura, Memphis. Okay, 32. Where the fuck is 32 at? Anyway, listeners, as you hear us looking over where all this shit is. Oh, okay, there's 32. Okay, perfect. Everbright, Warden's Towers. all that.
Ooh, Shrine of the Shadow. I can't wait to stay in that hotel.
Yeah, you know what? We're actually going to move that to the central district, and it's going to be in the Embassy Towers, just to keep things fucking simple. Okay,
So
guys.
M2, M3-ish area.
Yep. M3
nice.
is
Oh,
where you guys
where-
are. Actually, it's going to be M1 because it's closer to the outside. All right. You guys are in the M1 district, which is the, well, that one's the Bralish Museum of Fine Arts, so it's going to be somewhere between there, the Citadel, and the Athenians' Companions. All right. So there is a small Aendair embassy and a small neighborhood built up around it. You guys finally make it there after you take the wrong lift up to the 28 section and then go back down because you had some bad directions. It turns out it wasn't actually on the outer area because you were going to the Underlook Inn district thinking that that's where it was going to be, but it turns out it wasn't. It's actually in the Embassy district. And built where the embassy is, there's a smaller version of the of the Chalice Center with its own aerodrome. It's just a little complicated because the airships actually have to come down from the next level up and kind of lower themselves down the next level, and then they're able to kind of park in there. It's a bit of
Make it
precarious
convenient for
fly.
Make it convenient for Zamra, though, at least.
So you guys finally make it there, and Felt is walking with you up to the main entrance of the Chalice Hotel, which is built to look like the Chalice Center, though much smaller. Well, we made it.
Yeah. It was a good look at Sharn, though. How you holding up?
If I see another homeless person, I'm going to lose my mind.
You're probably gonna lose it pretty fast, unfortunately. Thinking about cities. There's always gonna be somebody unfortunate.
He picks up this piece of paper and he looks at it and says "Street Beat" on the top of it. And it's just this like piece of paper that is like written in a pretty decent hand actually, and it's about like all of the different activities that are going on in Lower Dora, and it's all very like pedestrian type stuff that's going on there. Like normal, there's like a potluck and like people are meeting at the help center. There's like a Sovereign's help center and stuff like that, and he holds it up to his face and he smells it. Can't believe I bought it from that street person. It smells so terrible. It smells like ugh.
Why did you stick your nose in it?
I don't know. I
You
thought I
should know
smelled
better.
something and I was worried it was me and
I mean, you did kind of climb a few stairs.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but hopefully I don't just smell
Let's
like
get checked
ass
in.
because of it. Well,
Let's see if Lucky's arrived yet. What we need to do to check in,
sure.
get settled in.
He's got
Pretty
his
sure I'll
one
probably
small
shower
bag
after
slung
that.
over his back.
Alright, I'm gonna let you lead the way. You look smarter than I do.
Well, looks can be deceiving, obviously.
I hope you're smarter than I am.
Anyway. Alright, I've stayed here before. He walks up to the entrance and there is a bellman standing at the door. tries to take his bag, and he just kind of shoos the guy off. You guys walk into the main entrance, and it is reminiscent of the Horizon Bar, except for this one, instead of being a really like opulent, polished wood bar that just kind of like, you know, is huge. It's actually, this one's actually like a tavern.
A little bit more comfy than the one at home.
Yeah, here, come with me this way. And he walks you over to the main desk, which is basically where the bar is. It's kind of cut into an L shape, and at the front area, there is a main entrance where you go in, where the front area is, and there's the lifts to the left, which are essentially like the elevators. And then to the right is the bar. So the bartender kind of shares the outside of the L with the concierge. You see the bartender doing kind of a bit of business. The bar is relatively full. It has a much more quaint and smaller feel than the place in Fairhaven did. But as far as inns and things like that you have been in, it's actually a pretty big spot. It's not completely full, but there's probably about 100 people in there.
Nice. Doing good business, at least. Does the barkeep look like he could be one of Zamra's cousins? Like they all are at the Chalice Center?
Roll perception.
proper? Oh, first roll of the night. $19.
I mean, you remember all of them kind of have like a lighter hair look, you know, they're all relatively attractive. They're all half elves. This guy has brown hair. He's a half elf. Maybe. He doesn't have as much of the close family look as the other guys did, but you know, he at least fits the bill. And so does the concierge, who approaches the front desk as you guys are walking in. Hey, how you guys doing?
I am definitely not in Fairhaven anymore. We're doing pretty good.
Welcome. This is the, well, it's the Horizon Bar. Have you guys ever been with us before?
In Fairhaven, not here. Just need a couple of rooms for the time being.
He kind of scratches his cheek a little bit. Yeah, Fairhaven, I haven't even been out that way. But, yeah, I've been trying to get out there. But, you know, I just never been to make my way out of here. But I'll tell you what, one day I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go to Fairhaven. I got a cousin out there who actually works at, you know, honestly, I can't remember the name of the places. Anyway, yeah, you guys need a room. You got, what, you want one king size suite? You guys look like,
Two rooms.
2 rooms?
Please.
He looks at Felt. Yeah, he looks at you. I mean, I'm good with a single, like a small room. You know, I'm curious actually. I was looking for a Grimluck.
Grimluck?
Is that name on there? Grimluck the Thrask? Yeah, man, we're not just like giving out information about people. I'll tell you what. You guys go step outside for a minute, and if you come back in, and I got a room you can go to, then you can go to it. But I'm not gonna tell you whether I called him or not. Eh?
That'll work.
You guys walk outside. He's like, man, this fucker's definitely not from Sharn. He's like from Rote or some shit.
From
You hear
where?
his accent?
I heard his accent. To be fair, everybody has an accent to me. I'm from
That's
the
the-
margin.
That's the Boston. That's the Boston of Eberron then. Rote.
Yep.
That means that he should be saying a lot more.
Oh, the F-bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For fuck's sake. Wicked cool. Anyway. So the bellman comes out to you guys. Hey guys, you can come back inside if you want. Come on. Follow me.
Alright. After you.
He walks you back up to concierge. All right. So there's this guy upstairs. His name is apparently Mr. Well, you know what his name is. He's in room number 412.
Alright. Well, I guess that's our cue. Do we still need to get a couple of rooms, or your call, Felt? You want to do that later or now?
No, you go up. You can see him. I'm gonna talk to this guy, and Felt starts getting a couple of different things out of his pack.
Alright. Well, I'll see you up there then.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys up there after I get this all ironed out.
Alright, Rose is gonna make her way up.
Okay, back to the other party. So you guys have pulled out of the Fairhaven Aerodrome, the Sky Dock, whatever you want to call it. You're well underway right now. You see the beautiful landscape of Aendair, the lush green fields, kind of slowly meandering past you guys as you go like 30 miles an hour at about 6,000 feet up.
So, DM, seems like everybody was quite ready to leave. I guess there wasn't much time for between when we all got on board and when we actually set off.
Basically, as soon as you guys were done talking, Zamra went into the helm and you guys disembarked. Went underway.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, as soon as Kumana and Voss went down to his room, he would try to go into the key to see what he can see. Hopefully he is able to. His goal, I'll tell you, is to contact the lady. Hopefully before they shove off, but it sounds like that wasn't. Anyway, he goes to his room, plops the key down on this room's desk, disappears inside.
Okay. So you go inside the key. Everything seems pretty normal.
Kwan is reassured of that fact. Not that he expected anything to go wrong, but he never knows these days. Assumes his more comfortable form of Kavanan again, and will make his way down the stairs, peek around the corner to see if the lady is milling about in the sarcophagus room, by chance.
So when you walk in there, Summer is actually standing there.
Peek around the corner. My lady? Hello?
Hello, Kavanan. Welcome home.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. He glances over in the direction of the door that was there last time? Is the that winter emblazoned door still there?
It is not.
Okay. Well, as I'm sure you might be aware, we are setting off towards Sean, but I'm hoping he glances back up the stairs before looking back at the lady. I was hoping to speak with you before we really set off, just in case there was anything I needed to address or attend to. As you know, Kravanen is at the manse. He awaits your arrival, I suppose.
Oh no, no, she's already there. She just
Alright.
hasn't introduced herself yet. And she
I
walks
see.
up to you and stands very close to you and reaches out and grabs your right hand gently, lifting it up just a little bit.
He won't fight it.
Was there anything else, or was that all?
Well, it seems Zazie and Rose are taking turns caring for this egg that we had retrieved from the Dreamlands, way back when. Is there any other instruction for them? They're just caring for it? They're just carrying it around?
No, from what I can
is
tell,
it-
they're doing a fine job.
Right?
But
It was
Kovanen,
my assumption that it was,
I can't tell you anymore. They have to take care of
Alright.
it on their own.
right. It was my assumption that it was a worrisome object of some kind, or troublesome. I just wanted to make sure they were not in danger caring for it.
I'm sure it will be troublesome when it hatches. You're fine for now. I think the implications of the egg are less troublesome than they were before you took care of the other problems.
I see. Right. I suppose partly because we kept it out of the wrong people's hands.
Indeed.
Well,
And you
then
would
I
serve you
will.
well to continue to keep it out of the wrong hands.
I understand. I will be sure to communicate that fact to the others, and be sure to tell them to be ready, just in case it hatches. But we don't know what it might be. Oh, alright, well, I just wanted to make sure there was nothing else to attend to with Kovanen and the manse, but you say she's already there and is simply yet to make an appearance, so I suppose he is in good hands.
She nods. Well,
Alright, I just wanted to. That's all I needed.
next time you have a chance to spend more than a couple of minutes here, please come back. I'd love to spend just one afternoon or evening with you.
I'm sure I'll have some quiet moments to steal away from the others, but during our trip down to Sean. And I will. I'll make time.
Okay. Well, I'll see you
That
soon.
was all.
then.
He nods and turns around to make his way back upstairs. Will take his time making his way back into the airship.
Okay. He makes his way back. What's everybody else doing?
Okay, so um okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Excuse me as I recollect my thoughts. Yes, that was what I was doing. So, are there perhaps cleaning supplies on the ship? And are there perhaps 3 sword size-ish brooms?
So, with that question, we're gonna go back to Sharn.
God damn it!
All right. So, Rose, you have made your way back up to room 412. Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said 412.
That's what I thought. You walk up to the door. What do you do?
I'm gonna knock. Lucky, or here, if you're.
Hey, I'll be right out there. Hold on. A couple minutes go by. The door opens. Lucky's standing there. He's just staring at you for a minute. Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Okay.
Come on in.
Mr. Two Felt's downstairs, so.
Yeah, he'll be alright. Come on in.
Man, how long have you been in Sharn?
He holds the door open for you.
Follows right in.
Well, I just got in last night, sometime kind of late. How long you been here?
We would have been here about 3 hours sooner, but we got lost somewhere.
Wait, you got lost coming to Sharn on a train?
We got lost in Sharn going from the station to here.
Yeah, he messaged me a couple days ago. Said the two of you were coming out, so I was lucky enough to make it out before you guys got here. Well, I'm glad you made it. Can I get you a drink? Or, well, that's about all we got in here right now, but I can call for some room service or something.
If you got a bottle of Framboise.
Unfortunately not. I've got... He walks over to the fridge. The elemental... The, frost elemental... cabinet. He opens it up. Yeah, there's a couple of small bottles in here. Some train bottles.
Man. I'll just take water in that case.
You got some nice cinnamon whiskey in here.
Oh no.
All right. Water it is.
Save the whiskey for later.
He
As long
closes
as
the
it's not
cabinet.
tequila.
Well, I'm glad to see you made it all right. You look good. I mean, in good health.
Yeah, it's been interesting since we are. Last time you saw me, technically, I was just about 2 steps from death.
He walks over and he sits down on a tall chair that's like right next to a small bar in the room. It's like an island counter that it goes to the little efficiency where the kitchen is. Kind of leans across the
Looks like
counter.
you're planning a long stay.
Drops a couple of ice cubes inside of a glass and tops it off some whiskey, and then hands you a glass of just still water.
Felt told me what happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you okay?
What did he tell you?
that you kind of stumbled into Cutter's Mouth a couple of days after Carlisle's part of the party was found dead.
I mean, I didn't stumble in a couple of days after. I was following them there, and
Hmm.
I got arrested a couple of days after. They thought I was involved. Probably because I'm one of the local taps.
Unfortunate part about Cutter's Mouth. We all
Yeah.
kind of look local there. But,
They were just looking at anybody that was green and wearing a hat. And had a gun,
yeah.
basically.
Not that it matters to me, but
Hey, guys, you in there?
timing felt.
Hold on, I'll get that.
The door.
Anyway, and back to the other side. You guys are on the ship. Zazie, you have found multiple broomsticks.
Good. I'll pick out the 3 sturdiest ones.
Okay, give me, in what way do you try to figure out how sturdy they are?
I bonk them against each other, and the ones that sound the solidest and like give the solidest thwack, I take.
Okay, perception.
17.
All right, you're able to find 3 really sturdy broomsticks.
Great. Now, to hunt down my friends. Kavanin said he was going to be a bit busy. So let's go find Lucian first.
You're coming onto the ship, and you see some construction going on in a couple of areas. I'm actually going to pull up the ship map. There's a couple areas that look like they're like taped off, and you know that Lucian was talking about having some rooms made, and you know, like specific rooms for specific people. So there's like a I'll draw a red line in the areas that are taped off for right now. Oh, Lucian, you making me have to make special rooms for everyone. Okay, all right.
I don't remember.
This conference room is taped off. This room right here, which is like the bar. You know what? Yeah, the bar is taped off. You can't have a bar for everybody if okay. So for now, everybody is sharing. There's like this triple decker area where there are hammocks and like triple decks of beds. So there's like 1, 2, 3 beds all right on top of each other, and then there's double rows of hammocks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 plus 2, 6, 12. Yeah, there's plenty of beds here. There's enough beds for everybody and then some. But you guys are all just going to be sleeping in the hammocks and bunks until the special room amenities that freaking owner Lucian has now ordered, because, you know, his friends have to have special rooms.
That's not done already? What the hell?
Yeah, fuck you.
See, my narration would have been different if I had known that, but the same thing would have happened.
Sigh. Anyways, where's Lucian in all this?
All right, so Lucian is like, he's got the baby, and he's like pretending to like slam him on the bed, and the baby is laughing so hard. And then when the door opens, he like stops real quick
Oh, you know what?
and sees that it's you and keeps going.
Lucian, your room is still okay. It's this room right here. You still have your.
Wait, which one?
Of course, the helmsman slash owner is not gonna not have a room. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
So you guys get
Don't-
the one like XL bed, with a little chest. Which actually, that chest right there, that's a crib.
Nice.
Um,
This right here, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Lucian is like he like freezes, you know, as he's about to like, you know, pretend to slam the baby again, sees that it's you, and then does it. I thought you were Zamra. You scared me. She doesn't like when I play fight with the baby. She gets scared.
Okay. Are you supposed to do that?
Probably not, but you know, he likes it.
Okay. Speaking of play fighting, do you remember the first time we all flew on an airship?
Yes.
I take one of the brooms and I hold it out to him. 10 minutes. Meet me up on the deck.
He
Rematch.
Lucian looks at the baby and looks back at the broom.
Got 10 minutes to find somebody who will hold your baby.
I. All right. Yeah, just I don't know. Leave the broom there. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Put the broom down. Now off to find Kavanen.
As soon as you leave the room, you hear doo-doom. And then the baby starts to get fussy. He's like, shh, 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 you're okay. You're okay.
Okay. Off to find Kavanen. Looking through all the rooms. Looking. Oop. There's a room. There's a bed. That has a Kavanen.
Well, I think we have to use the bunks, the things. The hammocks. Bunk room, anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you definitely find his stuff. There's a. I guess it's about now that he moves into existence into one of the hammocks. Just pops down from nowhere.
Oh wow. Good timing.
Oh, hello. Hold on. Pulls the hammock over himself, pulls it back down. It's Voss again. Alright.
Do you remember the first time we all flew on an airship together?
It's been a very long time, but there's some highlights I remember, yeah.
Hold out a
Some
broom to
first.
him.
Ah,
Rematch?
yeah. Of course, sure.
Lucian's meeting us up on top deck.
I see. Okay.
I don't know what he's gonna do with the baby. I know I know I don't know much about kids, but I know you're not supposed to bring a kid to a sword fight, whether it's real or not.
Who else is on board? There's a couple of names that I know were just right out of the consideration.
Marin, Sprocket, Eli. Yulia might be the only one he'd be able to leave the kid with.
She generally has a calm disposition, doesn't reek of cigarette smoke.
And would not accidentally kill the baby.
Yeah, a generally calm disposition.
Yeah,
not likely
Yulia,
to just...
make a baby handling roll.
Wait. Don't do that.
Oh boy.
It's Lucian's decision to be found whether or not he hands over his child to me.
Well,
Oh
let's
my
go
God.
find her
I'm just
and
Well-
I don't know. Tell Lucy to give her the kid.
I gave Lucian 10 minutes to find somebody, so
Oh,
I think he's on it.
what could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
So there is a knock on a door.
Come and knock on my door.
Do. And from inside you hear, yeah. Hey, Sprocket. Yeah, what do you need? So, can you open the door? Oh, yeah, of course. He opens the door. There is, like, smoke billowing, from a contraption that is on the table. Yeah, what's going on? Is that on fire? No, it's a work in progress. What's up? All right, so here's the thing. I need someone to watch the baby, and well, I was going to ask you. Oh no, that's probably a really bad idea. You can probably ask that girl with the tail. Tail. Ah, yes, Yulia. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's just a really better idea. Something might explode soon. Yeah, bye. And he closes the door. And like you hear, like as he kind of runs back over to the contraption that he's building. Yes, right there. Let's put Sprocket there. And yeah, so so Lucian goes looking for Yulia. Goes looking for Yulia.
So you find
She's
Yulia
probably
in the bunks because that's where everybody else is staying.
All
I
right.
guess I'm in the bunks. I thought I was up on the top deck.
Oh, well, you're on the top deck, but you look in the bunk. She's not in there. You find her on the top deck, staring off into oblivion.
Really enjoying the breeze.
So Lucian walks up to you carrying the baby and a broom. And he says, Yulia?
Yes. What needs sweeping? Just let me know.
Oh, no. This is for something else. So this is a strange request. Considering the last time that we saw each other, there was some troubles
sorry.
afoot.
Definitely. Glad to see you're doing well, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So here's the thing. I am going to fight my friends with this, and he holds up the broom. And I need someone to watch the baby. Obviously, Zamra is preoccupied, and it would be quite dangerous to carry the baby while fighting my friends.
Yeah, I don't think you want that handicap, especially if you're fighting Zazie. I don't think you want Zamra distracted. Sure. What about cousins?
What?
I'm a little distracted at the moment. I'm going to be quite honest, I'm thinking about Baelish. I will stop. But yes, no, whatever you need. Just tell me where to sit and I'll keep out of the way.
Lucien looks around for a second. Well, there's nothing to slam him on.
You just see the tip of her tail kind of flip behind her shoulder for a second. I'm pretty sure I can find something to entertain him.
Maybe your tail, to be honest. He really likes furry things.
He doesn't have teeth yet, so it can't be that painful.
Right. Anyway, Tika.
I'm allergic.
Oh, Erithul. You're Irithul or Erithul?
It is pronounced Irithul. Yes.
Sweet. Pretty sure they'd be fine. So, do I need to roll anything, or are you just pulling my leg?
Who, me?
Literally, all Yulia is gonna. Yes, you.
Yeah, you need to make a baby handling roll.
What is that based off?
Huh.
Is basically just animal handling.
Yeah, make an animal handling roll.
Don't call my kid an animal.
Don't ask for rolls. Just tell the DM what you're doing, and he'll tell you what your opportunity for failure is.
What? The baby loves you. You are the
dirty
new
20.
fucking nanny. The baby has created an instant bond with you, with your fucking dirty. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That was a plus
It's not
7.
a nat 20.
Either way. Okay. So it's not a nat 20. However, it's still a 20. The baby fucking loves you. You guys get along really well, and you create a little bond with the baby. Like, you even feel a little oxytocin bump just from taking care of the baby. You realize you want a baby of your own someday.
Baby fever.
Not
Yeah.
wrong. It might be a good thing that she and Baelish were separated for a while.
Yeah, you are definitely Aunt Yulia right now, and the baby's like loving that you have like furry forearms.
She might have furry forearms unless she shifts out for a
I'm
second.
I'm just kidding. Hey, you know, and
She has a furry tail ears.
so I just read a
in-
book that
on here.
Shifter. There we go. Was the main character, and she had fur covering her body like all the time. And when she shifted, then like her fingers grew like 3 or 4 inches in the claws and stuff like that. It was pretty intense. For those of you who haven't read it, it's called The Wolves' Legacy. It is a fantastic book set in the Eberron campaign setting.
Okay, you know what else is set in the Eberron campaign setting?
This game, and we need to get back to it. So,
Yeah.
Rose,
Yes.
your friend Felt walks in. Giles Feltenheimer. Hey guys, he looks at the two of you who are standing kind of close. Lucky's sitting in his chair, having a drink. You are drinking water, but still, you're kind of staring at each other, and then you look back at him. Rose, we've got 2 rooms.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I am in 240 something. I don't know. I need to look at it. He looks at his ticket. He's like, yeah, 243, and you are in 217.
217. All right. Well,
He hands you a small envelope.
Rose will take it, and I'm assuming that's the key, so she'll put it in the pocket. You gonna settle in, or are you gonna?
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. You guys. He looks at Lucky. So in the suite, do you have to pay extra for the airship bottles? Lucky walks over to the cabinet, the frost cabinet, and he grabs a couple of bottles out and he starts chucking them to Felt as he's pulling them out. Let's see. Let's see how well this goes. All right.
Hey, not
Felt
bad.
catches all of them. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. You guys have a great night. Rose, you have the room for the week. So,
right.
I also put on reserve another room. It's the Lyrander suite. I just let them know that Samra is coming. So, essentially they will have their own dock and then a small apartment attached to that. So, they can.
Pretty
figure
sure
that
that
out.
probably helps smooth getting rooms out.
Yeah, those fuckers. Anyway,
Which fuckers? Are you talking about the Lyrander family or?
I'm
the
talking
ones
about our
downstairs?
friends that are just traveling here by flying boat right now, while we had to ride on a train with smelly people and weird forests and all the other shit we had to deal with.
Okay, to be fair, Felt, even if you weren't coming by train, I probably would have been. Just because, I trust Samra. I trust Samra with my life. I don't trust airships. I'm not
Yeah, no,
lying.
I kind of. Anyway, I'm gonna get to bed. It was a fun day or a couple of days, but I am now gonna go sleep in a bed by myself and not have to worry about any of these shit on a train.
Some rest, okay?
Yeah. Good night. Good night, Lucky. Night, Phil. He, Lucky reaches out and grabs your hands and kind of pulls you over to him.
Hey. God, I missed you.
Ew.
Well, now that you're here, what'd I miss out on?
Rose will catch him up. Might take a while.
He eventually walks over to like the love seat and sits down, and you guys sit next to each other, and he continues to drink whiskey the entire time you're talking. With no obvious effects.
Yeah, Rose will catch him up on what happened with Prod. She'll kind of gloss over some of the details of the Dreamlands because that's just not relevant necessarily. She'll tell him about the time she got drunk. He'll probably enjoy that story.
He definitely laughs.
Tequila is off the menu for a while. That one.
What do you say you and I, some time goes by? What do you say you and I go downstairs and, have something to eat, maybe something to drink, and just kind of relax. Besides, see
Not
people
bad on the
watch,
way down.
all that.
That definitely sounds like fun, though. Yeah.
He
I should
does
definitely
the
say
whole,
yes.
pops his elbow out. He stands up, like, gestures for you to grab the inside of his elbow. You're gonna have to hold me up. I think this is my 5th or 6th glass of whiskey tonight, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit.
Maybe we do need to get some food into you then.
Yeah, I could use something. Hopefully they got a good Tribeca down there. Could use a ribeye.
Given that this is connected to the Chalice Center, they probably do.
I hope so.
Let's get downstairs.
So, you guys walk out of the room and broom fight.
Okay. there's one last thing Zazie needs to take care of before the broom fight. Yulia is up on top deck, correct?
With the baby. She is staying out of this.
Hey, Yulia, could you just watch this for a second?
Sure.
She takes off the egg sling, gives it to her.
All right, make an egg handling roll. That's
Which
gonna be
one of us?
cooking. That's gonna be a cooking roll.
Oh my god.
Do you have proficiency with cook utensils?
It's getting late.
I'm just kidding.
Tell me if the egg starts doing stuff.
Make
like,
it. Oh, yeah. You
hatching
know what?
stuff.
Yeah. Roll D100, Zazie.
She did that like 5 minutes ago.
I know.
24. Nothing happens.
Nothing at all happens. It's silent.
Yeah. And then turn around. I see both Lucian and Kavanin. They may or may not be ready, but they both have brooms in their hands, so they should be ready. So I lunge at Kavanin.
And that's where we end the session.
God damn it!
All right,
There are
guys.
things the DM wants to happen, there are things the DM doesn't. We're on this train ride.
Yeah.
It's the conduct.
All right, so we'll open next session with the
Broom fight!
broom fight, and
Broom
then
fight!
I don't know, the moment's passed. It was sweet, and
Oh
then
my god. Shut
Yeah.
up. We're actually having this. I went through all the trouble
it was sweet.
of
It was a
finding
heartfelt
those
thing.
brooms and
Hey!
Lucian got a babysitter.
Beginning
all
of
of
next
that,
session, the
We're
moment will be
having this
gone,
broom fight.
Jesus.
and
All right, I'm going to
the
get
impact
rid
is
of Crowbot,
lost.
and I'm going to get on my headset. And if you guys want to keep talking, I'll talk to you. Anyway, everybody that's listening in now or the future, thanks. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.